team, it's me again. We're back to talk about transabdominal feeding tubes. In front of me here, I have 3 pretty common feeding tubes that you might see on your units. The first one I have, we'll call this a PEG tube. This one is actually a jejunal, so it's a PEG tube. The difference being is it would be a gastric here, and it's going to the gastric area. This one is jejunal, and so it's going to the jejunum here. So this one would be more common for your tube feedings, but it's a 1 lumen with your fill for your balloon that is in the bottom. So that's just where you'd put the water at to blow it up, to hold it into place. So one of the more common ones that we have. The next one that we have here is, it's a GJ tube, so a PEG tube, as I like to call it. This one has a gastric and a jejunal port, in addition to where you would fill the water for the balloon on the inside of the stomach here. Now, what this one might be used for most often is the J tube is going to be used for your feedings. Okay, we don't check residual if the tube feeding is going in the J tube area. Gastric for decompression, medication administration, depending on which meds are going in there. Our other option that we don't see too common is our little Mickey. I like to call it the discrete tube feed. It's just a little button here. When you're using this, there will be special attachments that you'll need to be able to access it. This little guy comes right off the top here. Unhook it. And I'm going to use this one first here. It's got lock and a little line on there. If I plug that in right where it lines up, twist to lock it into place, I now have access to this tube here. And I can use this just like any other tube feed. I can stick my stuff, my Toomey in there, medications, tube feedings, whatever it may be. This one's a flat, come off the side one. The other option that you have, I'm gonna unlock this here, is one that goes straight in. This is a little bit thicker of a lumen here. It does have the lock guy there. So I'm gonna plug them in. And then this one would stick out more, so not as discreet there. So these are our several options that we have. If you're not sure of where it's placed, or maybe this is worn off of here, please refer to your clinical nurse specialist, your educators. Look through the charts to see if you can find anything. You may need to even reference the doctor if there's nothing in the chart for it. The other thing, if you want to know more about the transabdominal feeding, is we have a policy here for that looks like this. And you can look that up in Policy Stat. That will go over the different transabdominal tubes.